the double life part, the wanting to have a successful career in making music while you simultaneously engage with music media from whichever vantage point. I'd say a lot of the work that I was even doing when I really reflect on it now, it was obviously journalistic because it's like my training and that's what I do, that's where I come from. But at the end of the day, I was like on a platform where the main goal is selling records, you know? So a lot of the access that I had was tied to people who were being sold. That sort of access puts a lot of things in perspective where whether you know somebody in that formal capacity or not, and especially when those things intertwine, like when those things cross over, where I'm like literally interviewing somebody I could text and I have to hit up a manager thread with 8 people, it makes it feel attainable, right? And it's cool to watch people's trajectory go up, even if you're not that person. But then it's a lot of balancing of realizing that at some point you want to be that person. And many times I felt that sort of tension clash against each other because there's not a lot of examples of that. I think something that's really interesting is that in other literary forms, right, how many famous authors, famous Black authors minimum, were publishers, were editors, had essay collections, and poetry, and their own breakout thing, and this, that, and the third, bro. Like Toni Morrison was like editing people and putting hella people in position until she was like, what, in her 30s? Before she even got a chance to like get her own shit off. She's Toni Morrison. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's way more of a lineage there that I haven't really seen translated into rap music in particular, because at this rate, if you have any opinion that's not just neutral or overwhelmingly positive, niggas call you a hater. Like, journalism's not respected, it's not valued, criticism is not respected or valued, and very often, as you know, as so many people that we are in community with know, there's no money in that shit, for the most part. There's no respect. But somebody gotta do this shit. And I did it for a while. Now I don't want to. So like Madlib produced a No Name joint back when like her and J. Cole had their spat or whatever. And somewhere around that time, right, Cam was actually thanked, I think, on Instagram through Egon. And I think it was around that time period, my homie who I work with, my homie Clay, he was like, why don't you ask for something? And you know me, I hate asking for shit. Even if it's like right there, sometimes I hate asking for shit. But I'm like, okay, cool. So I asked Cam if it's possible, and he looped Egon in, and Egon sent a pack. Like within the next day or two, Egon sent like a pack of like 100 fucking Madlib beats. And it's like, yeah, I think like, you know, some of this stuff's taking, some of it's not, but you know, like, let me know what you do. Let me know what turns up. Bro, it was like 100 fucking beats in there. It was 100 Madlib beats. Like, mind you, MF Doom is one of my favorite rappers, bro. Like, he's one of the reasons why I rap. Nigga, I've remade Mad Villainy before in my basement, bro, after my friend Chris died. Rest in peace, Chris. Rest in peace, Avion. But like, now I'm staring at 100 Madlib beats in a zip folder, bro, and I can click through these jumps and I can just see like, it humanized them for me. I'm like, yo, this is like a person. This is a real person. Mind you, I'm telling the story out of order. So back up, it's a Christmas party. We're in Denver. People like joking about how Madlib is about to be the DJ for the night and shit. I'm like, ain't no fucking way, right? I go to the bathroom, I come back, nigga, he's standing right there. Madlib was standing there, fucking dripped out on some royal shit. Nigga said he ain't slept in like a day and a half. He's told me shit, bro, I can't even repeat right here, bro. I was like, yo, it's really raw that like, it's rare that, you know, I walk past a guy when I'm walking to the bathroom. He's like, hey man, we both guys, you know what I'm saying? Don't do all that. And we just dap up and shit. And for the rest of the night, this man treated me like I was his little cousin. Like he was on no sleep, pulling from the crate. Me and my friend Jake were pulling through his crate. He let us go through his crate. Like, look at what he brought through the whole night. And then niggas like just occasionally whispering, like telling me shit and like giving me like one-off anecdotes about shit or like wild ass stories and telling jokes. The niggas, the craziest part of that part, bro, was like the nigga was saying like, they was like drinking and sampling like wine, probably cost like $1,000 a glass, I'm sure, $1,000 a bottle. And I'm over there and he offers me to pull up with him and I'm like, nah, I ain't drink. He's like, you don't drink? I'm like, no. He's like, shit, good for you. I'm trying to get like you. I said, yeah, I don't really smoke neither. Madlib says, yeah, you might not be that good at rapping then. Like 6 months go by, it's summertime, that happens, it's COVID summer. I take the pack, I go through the whole thing, and I'm just like, bro, this is just a human being. Like, this is just a man. Like, it was some duds in that joint. It was some duds in that joint. It was some demos in that joint. It was some shit that I probably heard before. One of the beats ended up on Sound Ancestors after the fact. Like, this is a man, bro. He puts up like 100 shots. He just does this shit for real. So many shots. And I got to pick through, even if it's leftovers, even if it's shit that's like, it had like 2018, 2019 on it. So even if it was that, like I got to rap on the leftovers. I'm gonna rap on the fucking leftovers. I'm gonna rap my ass off on the leftovers. I picked 4 of them Jones. I sent it to my nigga Ian, knows the time. And I texted him like probably like 10, like help me pick the right ones. And we picked the right ones. And I went in, and around the time, my homie Mark Yoshizumi was tapping me in with a bunch of resources. So he plugged me into Classic with Don Julio, the engineer. And I went in that jump like the next day or so, scheduled some time, and I wrote them shits overnight. And I went in there and I just did them one by one, like 4 songs, all really short. I rapped on the beats as they were. Some of them jumps I didn't even extend for real. And I fucking did it, and I sent it right back. 48 hours, these niggas had a whole EP. And it sat on my hard drive ever since. It's some of the rawest shit I've ever made. And Madlib produced it, kinda. It's on my phone. You've heard it. Holland's gonna hear it. Niggas have heard it. Nothing happened ever since. Never cleared it. I rapped about some gay ass shit. I rapped about some sad ass shit. I rapped about shit that niggas don't rap about on Madlib beats, bro. The game need this shit. The game need this shit, bro. The game need this shit. Egon, call Otis, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, man. Earlier in the career, bro, I came in on some criticism shit. Like, I really came in like, I'm not about to just be nice to niggas. Not like I'm seeking out to be mean, but I'm gonna just try to be honest about how I feel. I try to be balanced. I think a lot of critics or criticism these days, it's not criticism. I think a lot of what gets attention is vitriol, or like just niggas hating outwardly. Like, you hate so hard. You can dislike shit, that's fine. But criticism, the best criticism to me is like, even if you despise it, even if you feel like societally there's no place for it, which is, you know, subjective, like who am I to say, right? But if you feel like something is not, there's no good to society or anyone who listens to this shit, look at why people find it interesting. That's the goal. Like, look at these niggas that are at this show that love this shit that you feel like is super mid. And also remember, bro, if you feel like you're so weird, you're so tasteful, you're probably in the minority, bro. Go outside, look around. Like, it's not a lot of people like you. I think that's so fascinating. I go to shows of people that I don't know shit about. I go to shows of people who shit I don't like. And I want to see why y'all like it. I want to see how it makes you feel. I want to see what y'all dress like. Like, it's all studying for real. That's the other thing about journalism and rap, bruh. Studying completely. I'm studying narrative. I get to craft people's narratives. I'm studying niggas come ups. I'm seeing how a million blueprints can happen, and it doesn't mean this shit's gonna work for this person or for that person or for that person. Everybody really got their own path at the end of the day, even if that shit's similar. I'm watching people's shows. I'm studying people's sequencing, their choices, their everything. It's all the same brain, bro. I'm a writer at the end of the day. Don't matter the medium.